Ever wondered how some e-commerce brands go from zero to $1 million in just a few months? Well, I've spent countless hours analyzing top e-commerce brands to identify the exact steps that lead to $1 million success. It's not about the marketing methods or following trends or anything like that. Instead, every brand that has crossed the $1 million mark follows this exact 7-step formula that I am about to share in this video. When I look at all the top brands, you'll see a pattern. They didn't just throw products out into the market and hope for the best. They zeroed in on a specific group of people and created something that those people couldn't resist. They knew exactly who they were selling to and what problems they were solving. Take a look at Gymshark, for example. They didn't start by offering all kinds of fitness apparel. They focused on a very specific type of gym goer, those who wanted stylish, functional, and affordable gear for bodybuilding. They understood their audience so well that their products almost sold themselves. And that's what you need to do. You see, it's not about trying to please everyone. It's about finding your tribe, understanding their needs better than anyone else, and then delivering the perfect product for them. Once you nail this, everything else starts to fall into place. This is the first and the most important step in your journey. But once you find a potential product, you must have to test it out. Don't just stick into the analysis paralysis. Otherwise, you're never going to get to the next step. Have you ever walked into a store and instantly felt like you belonged there? The colors, the music, the vibe, it all just clicks with you. You might not even be planning to buy anything, but suddenly, you're pulling out your wallet. Why does this happen? Because that store has nailed its brand identity. They've created an experience that resonates with you on an emotional level. And that's exactly what you need to do with your e-commerce brand. When it comes to building a brand, there should be something that'll differentiate yourself from the competition. And at the same time, it should build a connection with your audience too. Think about Apple for this example. Apple is not just about the iPhones or MacBooks. It's about the entire experience, from the minimalist packaging to the sleek design of their stores. Everything about Apple screams premium, and that's why people are willing to pay more for their products. To build a brand that people love, you need to think beyond just selling a product. You need to create a whole experience. This means defining your brand values, choosing the right colors, fonts, and even the tone of voice you use in your marketing. Every little detail should reflect who you are and what you stand for. Your brand should be able to deeply relate with your target customers. All right, you've found a good product that solves a big problem, and you've also found a way to differentiate yourself in the market. This is where it gets interesting. Almost 70% of e-commerce owners spoil everything in the third step. As soon as they find a good product and a customer base, they just jump into the market. They launch their website, start running ads, and people start to click through to their websites. But guess what? Those people don't buy anything. They leave the store as quickly as they came. Now, there could be many reasons for this. Maybe their website had a bad design. Maybe the website has a very slow loading speed. Maybe it was unattractive, ugly, or confusing. But if I were to explain it in one sentence, it would be this: their website was not trustworthy to the visitors. Period. Now, I want you to look at the website of Warby Parker, the online glasses retailer. Their website is a masterclass in user experience. It's clean, easy to navigate, and even has a virtual try-on feature that makes it super easy for customers to choose the right frames. This kind of seamless experience is what you need to aim for. Your website needs to load fast, be easy to navigate, and most importantly, make it easy for customers to buy. Think mobile first, because most of your traffic will likely come from smartphones. And don't forget, the simpler your checkout process, the higher your conversion rates. You can use software like Shopify and BigCommerce to launch your website. These platforms are built for the sole purpose of making e-commerce easier for entrepreneurs. Once you optimize your website for conversion, the next step will be to connect with your customers on social media. You see, social media isn't just about posting pretty pictures or running ads. It's about creating content that resonates with your audience and builds a community around your brand. Glossier, for instance, built their beauty empire by leveraging social media in a way that made their customers feel like they were part of something bigger. They didn't just sell products, they sold a lifestyle. And they engaged with their followers by asking for feedback and involving them in product development. This turned their customers into loyal fans and advocates for the brand. To replicate this, you need to be active on the platforms where your audience hangs out. Whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, your content should be engaging, shareable, and reflective of your brand's identity. And don't just post on social media. Try to engage your followers in some fun activities, reply to comments, ask questions, and create a community that people want to be part of. And this leads us to the next step of the journey. Until now, all the steps that I mentioned were related to organic growth. But after some point, organic growth won't be enough for rapid growth. If you want to speedrun your brand to $1 million, you need to reinvest into it. But here's the trick. Not all advertising is created equal. The best brands don't just throw money at ads. They craft campaigns that resonate with specific audiences and drive real results. Take Gymshark again. They didn't just rely on organic reach, they used Facebook and Instagram ads to reach a broader audience. But what made their ads work wasn't just the money they spent. It was the targeting, the creative, and the message. They knew exactly who they were talking to and how to grab their attention. When you start with paid ads, the key is to test, analyze, and optimize. Don't be afraid to try different platforms: Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram, even Pinterest. See what works best for your audience and double down on it. And remember, the goal isn't just to get clicks, it's to get conversions. Now, if you follow the previous 5 steps, I can guarantee that you'll get to 6 figures sooner than you imagine. But that's not our goal. The goal is to get to at least $1 million. And here's something that's often overlooked by 6-figure brands. And this is something that's stopping these brands to reach 7 and 8 figures. Let me tell you a story to explain it. You know about Zappos? They built their entire brand on exceptional customer service. They made it so easy and pleasant to shop with them that customers keep coming back. And those happy customers? They tell their friends, leading to even more business. So here's the takeaway. Once you've acquired a customer, your job isn't done. It's just beginning. You need to go above and beyond to make sure they have a great experience. Offer stellar customer support. Consider perks like free shipping or easy returns, and think about implementing a loyalty program to reward repeat buyers. All right, you've laid the groundwork. Your brand is growing, but how do you take it to the next level? The answer often lies in partnerships and expansion. Now pay attention to this one, because once you understand this step, you'll not just be able to make millions, but you can expand your brand to billions of dollars. You see, a long time ago, Kylie Cosmetics partnered with Ulta Beauty to get her products into physical stores. This move didn't just expand her reach, it also added credibility to her brand. It was a strategic partnership that allowed her to tap into a new market and scale her business. And this is just one of the many examples of strategic partnerships. You can find hundreds of examples of these strategic partnerships. Now, think about how you can do something similar. Are there influencers, brands, or even retailers that align with your brand's values? Can you collaborate to reach a broader audience? And don't stop there. Once your brand is strong enough, consider expanding your product line or entering new markets. But remember, do it strategically. Don't lose sight of what made your brand successful in the first place. Building $1 million e-commerce brand is a journey, and it's not just about one thing. It's about getting all the pieces right. From finding your niche and creating a strong brand identity, to optimizing your website, leveraging social media, investing in ads, focusing on customer experience, and scaling through strategic partnerships. Each step is crucial, and when you put them all together, that's when the magic happens. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and check out our other videos for more e-commerce tips and strategies.